grandmother, who that's the Panther is my grandmother. The Panther's name is Felicia, and basically, she didn't invest because of that. And my grandmother probably lost $1 million because she never put money in the stock market. And I get it. She was born during the Great Depression. There's reasons to be afraid for sure. But still, though, there are black people from her generation that did invest and did really well. Like my wife's father was born in the 1940s, shortly after my grandmother, and he was an investor, and it built a lot of wealth for him. So I would say number one, my wife, she has a book club and sessions on mental health and stuff like that. It's part of the Black Business School. Her website is coachingwithdralicia.com, coachingwithdralicia.com. So feel free to go there if you want to talk to someone. And then also, she brings in financial anxiety training into what we're doing in the Black Business School to help you learn how to calm down when you invest. Investing isn't going to work if you freak out. It's like anything else. If I go into a job interview and I'm scared to death and I sweat and I act crazy in the interview, it's not going to be a good interview. If I want to go on a date with a girl and I'm scared to death, it's not going to work very well. I'm not going to be my best self. If you invest and if you're in a relationship and you are easily triggered, like you go off and you start beating people up or you run away because things get hard, then you probably shouldn't start a relationship. So I think that investing is a lot like what dating is supposed to be. Before you go in, make sure that before you go in, be ready to win. That rhymes. Those are bars for you. I would really work on sort of understanding like that New Edition song, "Sunny Days." Everybody loves them, but tell me, baby, can you stand the rain? Investors who can't stand the rain don't usually get the sunshine. The people who are always trying to avoid any degree of discomfort, any degree of concern or worry, usually don't do well in the market because what happens is they step out, they pull their money out, and then they miss out on the biggest recovery. Like, for example, Friday, you had a major crash, major dip. What happened on Monday? Kaboom, right? So, what happens if Friday you freaked out and you started selling everything? Well, then you would miss out on the recovery. The recovery is the best part. The recovery is the financial version of makeup sex. Anybody have a relationship where you get in a big fight and then next thing you know how it is. We were all in our 20s, right? And that's the thing. So why would you go through the fight and not enjoy the makeup sex at the end? Like that's that's don't do that. Like you earned this, right? So what I would say to you is um when you pick a stock, research it, take your time, think it through. But when you jump in, get your portfolio and you got to be kind of committed to it. One example would be I told you my story about my cannabis stock, my cannabis ETF, YOLO. YOLO tested me. I had to spend 5 years investing in that freaking ETF, and that thing kept dropping and dropping and dropping. But I had a thesis. My thesis was that eventually they were going to legalize cannabis. That's not a complex idea. Like eventually they're going to realize this greedy government's going to realize they can make tax money by taxing people who smoke weed. Why not? And it didn't work out. The Biden administration was doing something over here, and then Trump comes in. The Republicans, they don't like cannabis that much. But then all of a sudden, so I'm buying the stock. I kept buying, buying, buying as it was dipping, dipping, dipping. And then suddenly a couple of good things happened. So the stock goes from like $1.50 to $3. It had been as high as 25. So I felt stupid for a long time. It's like just like I mean it's really like a good long-term relationship. Like if you want to really stay married to somebody like 50 years, just be prepared to feel a little stupid sometimes. Like they always say marriage is 50-50.